Welcome back to our channel today. Today we are talking about 2 powerful ways to truly understand a person's character. Have you ever paused for a moment and truly asked yourself, how well do I actually know the people around me? In a world filled with carefully curated images, filtered lives, and social masks, it's no wonder we find it increasingly difficult to truly see people for who they are. Every day, we encounter individuals who wear bright smiles, speak politely, and project an almost flawless exterior. And yet, beneath these polished surfaces, many are simply playing roles, some for protection, others for manipulation. The truth is, many of us are unknowingly walking through life surrounded by performances. But here's the good news. You don't need a degree in psychology or years of experience in human behavior to uncover someone's true character. Why? Because human nature, no matter how hard we try to hide it, leaves behind subtle yet powerful clues. And once you know what to look for, you'll start seeing people in a completely different light. In this video, we're going to reveal 2 profound indicators that expose who someone really is, 2 behaviors that, though often overlooked, carry immense psychological weight. And these aren't abstract theories or complicated techniques. These are simple, observable patterns hidden in plain sight. Once you understand them, your ability to connect with others, genuinely and wisely, will be transformed. And maybe, just maybe, you'll also discover something about yourself along the way. But before we dive deep, don't forget to subscribe to the Mindful Sphere channel for more insightful content on self-awareness, spiritual growth, and deep personal transformation. Now, let's begin. 1. How a person treats those who cannot benefit them. The first powerful clue is deceptively simple, yet incredibly revealing. Watch how someone treats people who can do absolutely nothing for them. We're talking about how they interact with the cleaner, the waiter, the security guard, the taxi driver, the people society often overlooks. Because unlike interactions with bosses or influential friends, these exchanges are not usually filtered by the desire to gain favor. In these quiet, often unnoticed moments, a person's authentic self surfaces. Do they smile genuinely, say thank you, or speak with respect? Or do they ignore, talk down to, or show impatience and rudeness? The answer reveals volumes. Genuine kindness, especially toward those from whom we expect nothing in return, is the purest reflection of character. It shows emotional intelligence, inner security, and a strong sense of empathy. On the flip side, arrogance or condescension often stems from insecurity, the need to dominate, or an inflated ego trying to compensate for a fragile self-image. According to social psychologists, our unguarded behavior, especially toward those we don't feel the need to impress, is where the truth about us resides. The receptionist we pass every day, the delivery driver, the person struggling beside us in line. These are the quiet witnesses of our real self. So how can you develop the eyes to see? Start observing, not just words, but reactions. Watch how someone behaves when faced with an inconvenience caused by someone in a lower position. Do they explode in frustration over a delayed order or a minor mistake? Or do they pause, empathize, and respond with patience? This isn't about being a saint. It's about being human in the most honorable sense. Ask yourself, do they thank people who serve them? Do they offer eye contact and a smile? Or do they look past them? Do they show appreciation without expecting recognition? These questions aren't just for others. They're also mirrors for yourself. Because if we desire to surround ourselves with people of integrity, we must also cultivate that integrity within. Ultimately, how someone treats those who are powerless, unseen, or unable to repay them, that is who they truly are. And that leads us to the second key. 2. The integrity of keeping one's word. Promises. We make them daily, big or small. But how often do we reflect on the weight they carry? The second powerful indicator of character is this: does the person keep their promises? Even when it's inconvenient, keeping a promise, no matter how minor, reflects far more than reliability. It reflects respect, for others, and for oneself. Psychologically, honoring your word sends a message that says, I am consistent. I am dependable. I am someone you can trust. When someone fails to follow through, not due to emergency or necessity, but due to carelessness, it chips away at the foundation of trust. And over time, those cracks can become chasms. Consider this. Does the person show up on time? Do they do what they say they will do? Or do they make excuses, shift blame, or act as if their commitments don't matter? People often assume trust is built through grand gestures. But the truth is, trust is built, or broken, through the tiniest of patterns. A call returned, a message followed up, a simple promise honored. Psychologist Albert Bandura, renowned for his social learning theory, emphasized that we shape our identity through action. Every time we keep a promise, no matter how small, We reinforce the story we tell ourselves, and others, about who we are. Even more revealing is how someone behaves when a promise becomes inconvenient. Do they find a way to honor it despite the challenge? That's the true test of integrity. And when they do break a promise, which inevitably happens from time to time, how do they handle it? Do they acknowledge it honestly and take responsibility? Or do they deflect, minimize, or pretend it never mattered? As vulnerability researcher Brené Brown notes, emotional maturity is marked by accountability. Not perfection, not never messing up, but owning it when we do. Pay attention also to the person who overpromises, who makes grand commitments they can't possibly keep. This can be a sign of poor self-awareness or a desire to be liked rather than respected. Now turn the lens inward. Do you follow through on your word, to others and to yourself? Are you building trust through consistency? Or are you undermining it with casual disregard? Keeping your word isn't just about what others think. It's about how you build your own self-worth. Because when you prove to yourself that your words and actions align, your confidence grows, not from ego, but from integrity. Final thoughts, the true mark of character. In a world where so much is artificial and transactional, these two signs, how someone treats the powerless, and how they handle promises, stand as beacons of authenticity. They cut through the noise and reveal what's real. If you want to truly understand someone's heart, stop listening only to what they say. Start watching how they behave when there's nothing to gain. Observe their choices when no one's looking. Because in those small, ordinary moments, the truth speaks. And don't forget, these aren't just tools for judging others. They're reminders for ourselves. To live a life of honesty. To choose kindness. To be consistent even when it's hard. To be someone whose actions reflect their values. Because the greatest legacy we can leave behind isn't just success or praise. It's character. Advice, how to use these two powerful clues to build better relationships and a more authentic life. In a world overflowing with superficial interactions, one of the most valuable skills you can develop is the ability to see people for who they truly are, not who they pretend to be. The two powerful indicators we've explored, how a person treats those who can't benefit them, and whether they keep their promises, are not just tools for understanding others. They are guiding principles for living a more conscious, meaningful, and authentic life. Use these insights not only to assess the character of those around you, but to reflect deeply on your own actions and values. Ask yourself, am I treating everyone with respect, no matter their status or what they can offer me, and do I honor my word, even when it's inconvenient or unnoticed? These questions can be uncomfortable, but they are also transformative. The more you hold yourself accountable to these standards, the more self-respect and clarity you will develop. Moreover, use these clues to build stronger, more trustworthy relationships. Choose to surround yourself with people whose actions consistently match their words, and who show kindness without expecting anything in return. Let go of connections that rely on image, manipulation, or shallow praise. By doing so, you create space for genuine bonds rooted in trust, mutual respect, and emotional safety. Remember, it's not the grand declarations or dramatic gestures that reveal someone's character, it's how they behave in the quiet moments. When no one is watching and there is nothing to gain, start observing your daily interactions with fresh eyes. Pay attention to the way people treat service workers, the elderly, or those struggling. Notice how they respond to minor inconveniences, or how seriously they take their commitments. These seemingly small behaviors speak volumes about integrity and emotional maturity. And just as importantly, notice your own responses. When you're in a rush or under pressure, do you still choose kindness? When you promise something, even something simple, do you follow through? Your daily choices shape not just how others perceive you, but also how you perceive yourself. Ultimately, living by these principles will not only deepen your ability to read others, it will elevate your own life. You'll start attracting people who value truth over appearance, depth over charm, and integrity over performance. And with each kind act, each promise kept, you'll strengthen the most important relationship of all, the one you have with yourself. So let these two clues be more than just observations. Let them become a personal standard. A way of life, because in a noisy, fast-moving world, those who live with awareness, compassion, and integrity don't just stand out, they shine. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. If you find this video useful, please like, share and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on more valuable content. See you in the next video.